secretary isn't losing her hearing.
Because she says she has to turn it up for ours and down for theirs.
Madam President?
We'll wait for Commissioner Arnold to join us.
Commissioner Arnold?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, so I'll call the meeting to order. We begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd like to join us, please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I guess he didn't read that. Okay. All right, thank you all for coming. First item on our agenda is to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Now, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, the next item is our consent agenda, and items on the consent agenda are to be considered routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a commissioner or citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. Are there any such requests from anyone?
Madam Chairman, I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, that takes us to our regular agenda. Okay, this is a public hearing. It is resolution number 2230, which is a public hearing to receive public testimony for resolution declaring real property to be surplus and directing the sale of the surplus property. I'll open the public hearing. We'll hear from our staff person, Lori Beard.
President Baker, Commissioners, I'm going to hold a public hearing, but do two in one presentation.
Okay,
so there's
well
two
then-
resolution numbers.
Then we'll also have the presentation on resolution number 2229, which is a public hearing to receive public testimony declaring real property to be surplus and directing the sale of that surplus property, which is at 1433 North Cole Road in
Thank
Boise.
you. For the record, my name is Lori Baird. I'm in the real estate department. Today was the time, date, and place that was advertised in the Idaho Statesman that we would hold a public hearing. The public hearing is to allow anyone to come forward to testify why we shouldn't sell these two properties. They were both purchased for projects that are now complete and the remainders are no longer necessary. The first one is an office complex at 1433 North Cole Road. And the other one is approximately 3 acres behind Albertsons off of Meridian and Fairview. These are the two current appraised values. Before ACHD can sell surplus property, we are required to hold a public hearing to allow anyone to come forward to say why we should not sell that. If nobody comes forward, then Commission may adopt the resolutions finding them to be surplus property and establish the procedures for the sale. Before we sell the properties, we first have to offer them to the adjoining property owners. If they decline to purchase the properties, we would then move forward with a public sale. The staff would recommend the public sale be done by sealed bids. The offers will not be less than the minimum bids will not be less than the appraised value. The highest bidder would be required to pay 10% down the day of the auction and close within 90 days. Staff recommends that Commission adopts resolution numbers 2229 and 2230, finding both properties be surplus properties and to establish the procedures for the sales.
All right, are there any questions or comments for Ms. Baird? Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to speak to either of these two properties? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing, and Commission, you have it before us. And we'll need two separate motions.
Madam President, I move approval of resolution 2230, declaring the real property to be surplus and directing the sale of the surplus property for parcel S1106336200.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Madam President, I move approval of resolution 2229, declaring the real property at 1433 North Cole Road to be surplus and directing the sale of the surplus property.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right, that concludes our regular agenda. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to address the commission on any item? If not, meeting adjourned.